Hello, hello, I'm Kads, and we are back with another shard pull video, back to back, at least in terms of recording. Unlike the previous installment, I did plan to participate in this one because this is the one pertaining to, or the summon rush pertaining to the Titan event, featuring a lump sum of Titan event points that we do want to acquire on our way to the 5-star Armand Soul. So if we take a quick look through the summon rush, it is tied for the highest amount required, which is not surprising because of who or the quality of Armands as a champion, but it is going to be all the way down here at 4,100 points, at least to get all of the points. There's 150 node here, 100 node here, and then a 50 node there for a grand total of 300 points. So it would be very, very disadvantageous to skip this unless you are not going for all the way out to the 5-star. There is a 250 point buffer, but we do know that there's going to be some points down the line in a Deck of Fate, probably Dungeon Divers, Artifact Enhancement, etc. So you're better off playing it safer and doing most of the stuff up front. Therefore, you can kind of pick and choose how you want to deal with the stuff near the end. But that is just my particular strategy for dealing with this. Now, on the bright side, we also get a pretty good chunk of rewards along the way. We get an Immortal Soul Stone, we get a Legendary Tome, which is pretty rare. Usually that's well and above and past in the Kraken row, and obviously there's like mythicals and stuff down there. But we do get a Legendary Tome, some good essence, all the Titan points, some energy, some dust, and some powder. So honestly, it's not the worst stuff in the world along the way. Also, along the way to securing yourself a 5-star soul for one of basically the best champions they've added in the game. So you can see here that we've pre-pulled a specific amount, 260 points. That is because I'm actually going to be diving into my void shards and not my sacred shards. I had to think about how I wanted to do this because, of course, there is the progressive chance events going on right now at the same time. It is the last day for me, but nonetheless, that's what's going on. And I'll just address the elephant in the room. Yes, I am coming off of a cold a little bit, so that's why I sound a little bit stuffy, but we're coming out of it. So it's not as bad as the last time when I had like the flu or whatever. So way, way better. But I think the theme is like sleep champions. So there's a lot of decent ones. And I know a lot of people are probably going for the Kymar, and the epics are not as important, but I would say Allure, if you don't have her for Fire Knight, normal mode Fire Knight, Cornelia is pretty good as a budget Kymar for Arena. I still use her for that purpose. But like I said, we're not focusing on those. We are going to be looking at the voids because this is another chance, a decent chance to get Siphi the Lost Bride. I am a proud owner of a Rhodos, and it would be nice to secure a Siphi if possible. Now, part of the reason why this is advantageous, if we hop over to the Mercy tracker, you can see that we are fairly close to Mercy, but we're not going to hit Mercy. That is important to note, but we're fairly close to it. So once again, just like the last time with 2x voids, if we don't hit a legendary at all, then that just means that we're closer to Mercy for some future progressive chance events where we can do a similar thing, pull a similar amount of shards, and then guarantee ourselves a legendary by hitting Mercy. Or we could just get lucky in the amount of shards we're going to pull today and then roll the dice on getting Siphi. So it's a win-win either way. So as I alluded to, there is a specific number of voids that we're going to have to pull today to get all the way out to 4,100 from where we are at 260, which I did with mystery shards, predominantly during the champion training tournament that was going on. And so we need 32, exactly how many spaces we have so we don't go over. So just like last time, if we do happen to get a legendary, I would obviously like that to be Siphi. So we're not going to try and sway RNGesus by going through the rest of the legendary void legendary wish list. And then if we're looking for epics, then Skrank would be the one that I would just like to have on my account for potential in Curse City and just any challenge tournament featuring the Ogre and Tribes. And while we're here, we might as well take a look at the shard count for the other shards. 659 on the Ancients, 170 on the Voids, 42 on the Primals, and then 47 on the Sacreds. And of course, we're dipping into the Voids for today. So let's get into the pulls. We've got exactly enough space. We've got some cash, and hopefully we get some pretty decent luck. We'll kick things off with the 2 singles, and then we will do the 3 10 pops. Epic right out of the gate. And well, I guess progressive chance is on, confirmed. We get Isla. I don't know how you guys would say that. Isla Life Braid. And yeah, I just put her on there. I don't really need her. I have a copy of her already. I think she's okay as a champion, but I think there's better, much better Void Epics, even though she does have the like mini Shuzen, shall we call it, passive, or mini Relentless, however you want to think about it. So first 10 pop here. Obviously, this is a non-2x, so I would expect to see a bunch of rares. So do not be shocked if that is the case. Right out of the gate here, we get 10 rares back to back, potentially. That's to be expected. There's non-2x rates, so we're looking at the base rates. And really, we're just seeing if we happen to get lucky and hit a legendary. And if not, then so be it. Kemptum, pretty awesome champion, great hexer, great poisoner, and a very powerful passive. Works great in like a lifesteal set. Featured him in my original spider hard mode spider team. And he's since retired because I got better champions, but it's really, really solid for that purpose. You can get like an under 30-second run. Really, really good. Skimfos, another underrated champion in my opinion. Great for like challenge tournaments. Great for the Cursed City. Has really good turn meter control because he has a steal from a single target. He also has decreased speed on the A1. So really, really solid Void Epic there. So I guess we did dodge the all rares or the all blues, but maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. Okay, there it is. That's unfortunate. Bellower, of course, honorable mention. Really solid AoE on every ability, so super good in a stun set for secret rooms and anything going on in the Cursed City. Last 10 pop here. There's not much going on in this video, unfortunately, unless we get a legendary. Let's see. Lightsworn, I do think he's actually new on my account. He is one of the Revive on Death champions on a 4-turn cooldown, so he can work in a high-level Sand Devil teams, potentially, as one of those types of champion. Umbral Enchantress, decent for Hydra because she does have she can maintain block buffs really easily because it matches the duration matches the cooldown 3-turn, and she's Void Affinity, but she kind of doesn't do anything else. So if you only need her for that, then she can do it. But honestly, I'd probably rather run Ugo just eat the negative affinity occasionally, and then we get another Ayla life braid. So I guess we have our answer from RNGesus. No, we do not deserve a Siphi this time around either. And you know what? That is a-okay. That is par for the course. So let's hop over to the Summon Rush and double check that I did not incorrectly do my math. There we go. 4,100 on the nose. Exactly. We can collect everything but the energy. We're going to save that because there's probably going to be some champion training event associated with the Titan event. And so we want to have some reserves of energy for that purpose. So there we go, all 300 festival points claimed. So that is going to do it for the shard pool portion of the video, but if you do want to stick around, we are going to talk a little bit about where I'm at with the Titan event overall. So we can see we just got a big chunk of points, 300, and thus we are all the way up to now 900 points towards it all. So thus far I have done every event. So I did the artifact enhancement, we did all the dungeon tournaments. I'm still working on like Ice Golem. We can might as well go look at it, but I'll be finishing Ice Golem today. I thankfully the Sand Devil turn attack is not part of it, so I don't have to worry about that. Classic Arena, never a problem. That's basically a joke when it comes to acquiring points. So Ice Golem will be finished tonight, so I'll have another 50 points from that, and then I'll be continuing probably with Spider just because it's the fastest dungeon, just to be continued to chip away at the Dungeon Divers, which I also do plan on maxing out. So you can see here we're at 3,400-ish points, so I'm pretty much on track because we still have a day and 2 more resets, shall we say, in order to get all the way up to 4,450. So the champion training tournament, which we can take a look at as well, definitely took a big chunk out of my gems. Thankfully, we don't have to use that many for the next few days or so, but definitely took a huge chunk out of my gems. You can see that we dropped by probably 500 or so. But we did manage to secure myself the Arbiter skin, so that was pretty fun. To go all the way out there, and also obviously it's always good to develop champions on your account, so that is where a bulk of my recent gems went towards. So you can see there we just went over 15,002, like precisely enough just to get the skin. Didn't place in the top 10 unfortunately, so a lot of people in my group went for the skin, and looks like 35k was the winner of the 5-star Arbiter Soul in my group. I did not plan at all on participating in that. So like I said, thus far I've basically done everything that's available, minus the Ice Golem tournament, which again will be finished later on today, at least at the time of this recording. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, my plan is to do most of the events up front, just so I know that those points are banked, and then worry about which 250-ish to skip near the end of the event. Most likely going to be some combination of Dungeon Divers and the Deck of Fate, depending on how many points are offered between those 2 events. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are participating in this particular Summon Rush. much did you pull yourself a Kymar, or were you going for a Siphi or some other champion from the Progressive Chance events? And how far do you plan to go in the Titan event? I already said that I'm going all the way out to the 5-star soul. Let me know if you're going all the way out there too, or if you're only going for the 4-star soul, which in fairness is a pretty decent boost to his stats in and of itself. As always, if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to hit that like button down below and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching and have a good one.